My name is Kairi Sane.
From Yamaguchi, Japan, Kairi Sane.
From the second turnbuckle, Sane elbow to the back.
I'm so honored to be here.
Kairi Sane!
Overall competitor of 2018.
WWE Women's Tag Team Champion.
Sometimes we feel lonely, but we always help each other.
Sane, oh, the insane elbow.
I can't thank you enough. I will never forget this.
Welcome everyone to SmackDown. This is Diaz.
And the Sriracha Muchacha, Paloma Star.
We just found this random umbrella. That was our tribute to Kairi Sane. Ahoy! This was the last appearance of Kairi Sane, but we're going to talk about it on Raw Review. There's a lot to talk about. Oh my god. Let's start from SmackDown, where...
I'm wearing blue for SmackDown.
Oh, you're right. Sasha and Bayley cut another promo.
Another very annoying heelish promo where greatness or the greatest, they're the definition of it. Love it. Super heel.
Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss came out, and I think this is when it got really juicy. Because I feel like a lot of times when we see someone lose from pay-per-view matches, they kind of disappear.
Yeah.
But Nikki Cross came out, she has some consequences from losing, and she's like, Sasha, you stole the title. I don't know. And then Alexa out of nowhere was like, Nikki, you shouldn't be doing this. I was like, oh.
I loved it too whenever Nikki got super hot and it just like pushed her and Alexa's like, that clutches her pearls. Like, I cannot believe you did that.
I mean, I couldn't believe that she did that.
I know, it then came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, okay, all right. I like where this is going.
Like, we've been wanting Sasha and Bayley to do this, but we saw the first trigger from Nikki and Alexa.
Yeah, totally. Like, that's how long this has been going on, is that the whole Bayley and Sasha thing started when we thought that Alexa was going to turn on Nikki Cross. But it's been so long that actually it's been come full circle. We're like, oh yeah, they still haven't broken up yet.
So Bayley was like, well, to fight me, you have to fight. And I thought it was going to be Sasha. And I'm like, oh my god, so boring. But they threw some curveballs saying that you have to defeat Alexa Bliss. Now I'm like, ooh, someone's been actually thinking this time.
Right? There was actually some thought that went into this. Weird.
So what do you think of this match?
It was good. It was lots of back and forth, as I feel like any like friends match should go. I thought that Alexa, I cannot wait for her to turn heel. I mean, I don't know if she's going to turn heel, but I can't wait for her to turn heel because I think that's when her best work is whenever she is a heel. That like evil, conniving, like she just has a great heel face look, especially in her promo work. But it was a good match. It was lots of back and forth. There was fire up from both of them. And the finish, it wasn't a roll up because it was a cradle, but same thing, actually kind of worked because, you know, she kind of was playing possum and like was like, oh, my ribs. And then she's like, oh no, are you okay? And then boom, out of nowhere. So it kind of helped the storyline at least because there was so many times where it is a surprise roll up or surprise pin where it doesn't make any sense, doesn't advance the storyline. Like, why is this happening? But I think in this case, it did make sense for it.
I love the friend versus friend match. They try to not strike each other, but they're just like trying to one-up each other.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was interesting because they built on that and it kind of became like both of them kind of worked heel in certain points.
Yeah, that is true.
Where Alexa was like hitting the rib area the entire time. Yeah. Both of them are kind of doing heel stuff, so I'm like interested to see where this is going to go.
I almost feel that Alexa turning heel might almost be too obvious. So I think it'd be interesting to see Nikki Cross with that role, but I just like her so much as a heel. I mean, if it means that Nikki Cross brings back her craziness of NXT back, because she does that so well, then I'll be up for it. I mean, right now, honestly, either way, I think Alexa would benefit from it because she's been so kind of like just cruising lately. Yeah. So I think any change to that dynamic will definitely benefit her because she has that fire.
Absolutely.
You know, she has like that fire, whether to be a great promo as a heel or that like fire up as a baby face. She just needs something.
I always thought Alexa had really good face potential, but I think a lot of people are saying that. I agree too. Whenever she does face stuff on TV, it seems kind of fake. It's because we've seen her fake niceness so many times on the show.
Yeah.
But actually, when we see her outside of WWE just talking as just Lexi,
Normal.
she seems really likable person.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, they should just give her some really good materials to work off. And then I think being betrayed by Nikki Cross would be a really good way for her to turn full on face, the face that we can believe in. I think it would be great. Yeah.
Just as long as she doesn't come out and do that thing again.
I honestly live for it.
I thought it was cute. And then I'm like, oh, that's a good way to introduce somebody. I'm like, oh, she's going to keep on doing it.
No, honestly, it was terrible. But I personally liked it because I would do that when I go into WWE. And then we've got the whole Miz Morrison TV.
They are so annoying. They're basically like Bayley and Sasha, but with testosterone.
They started talking about like, how'd you get trended? Huh? I want to know how you got trended.
It worked for them. Like, obviously they're heels, so they're not going to be like, oh, that's awesome. So many people are behind you. So we're like, oh, you're such a loser. You get trending because you lost. And like, oh, remember the Royal Rumble? You were trending too, and you lost too. So I thought that was kind of cool and very on brand for them. And I think this was the first time in a long time that Naomi spoke like a human. I feel like most of the time when a lot of people get promos, they're like, oh, I am reading off a script. This is what I'm supposed to say. So it comes off kind of like not sincere and very robotic. But I feel this time she like legit felt that. And because I feel most of the times when people like cut promos from the heart, they're like angry or like heel or like grr. But this one would seem like sincere and like, no, seriously, like I do this because of the fans, like, and I appreciate it. But it was a good storyline to get into it, and I'm glad they acknowledged it because she was trending for so long and became such a big deal. So I'm glad that WWE did acknowledge it and did become with it. And actually, it makes way more sense for Lacey to be mad about this over than being mad over a stupid karaoke thing that she ignored.
I think Naomi's promo was really strong, especially because she was talking from her heart.
Yeah, she was.
And I was feeling it too, and this is the reason why I'm sticking up for Naomi, because she's so awesome. If anyone's criticizing Naomi, I think people kind of criticize her for like the lack of promo skills, but I think it's a bullshit. Her promo was great back in the heel day, the Slayomi days, and even this one, I thought it was great.
I thought it was great too, and also like you can get better without getting reps in. So her having more promos, having more chances to do them, that's the only way people can get better is actually doing them. So people who are complaining saying that she might not be the best promo, it's because she doesn't get the opportunities to become that best promo. And I love the idea of Lacey Evans putting lipstick on and her like swearing it. Oh my gosh, that was great directing. Whoever came up with that, kudos to that person. Went great with her character, went great with like Naomi being pissed off. It was just a great funny visual. So it was really good.
People can say whatever they want about Lacey, especially because she's like put next to Naomi. People are not very happy about Lacey, but you can't discredit how creative she gets.
Yeah.
Like, she brings in different props, the tissue, the lipstick, the skirt. And she always finds like interesting way to use
them.
Yeah, Lacey definitely has great potential. The karaoke shit gotta go. So I hope they can get like an actual good feud. Because even Naomi talked about it before she retires. She wants to just get a good storyline, just good feud.
What do you hope to see for your career from this point?
Just have one real good angle with someone before my career's done. I feel like I've never had that. I've been the champ.
So I hope WWE can finally give her that.
And I hope too this gets as much as attention and as much care as like the main storyline going on right now. Because while it doesn't have to necessarily involve a title, which even though I would love to see if it involved a title, hopefully this just builds up like how Naomi wants, and I'm sure everybody wants a solid, good feud and storyline with different angles as opposed to like she's wrestling this week for no real reason. So I'm so glad that it was addressed by WWE. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit surprised because I didn't think they were gonna address it at all. So I'm glad that they did, and we'll see where this goes. Hopefully they don't mess it up.
So let's move to Raw. Who's back? She's not like most girls because Nia Jax came back. Did you miss her?
I was just talking about her last week. I'm like, oh yeah, where has she been? So I don't know if the word is missed, but I wondered about her.
I love that she came back. She reminded everyone that she's the one that put Charlotte Flair out of action. That was a pretty big deal. So I love that she kind of reminded of us. The intensity though.
I know. See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, no intensity whatsoever.
She's just like,
Jeez.
I had a dream, and then I wanted the women's championship. And I put Charlotte Flair out of action. You put the freaking queen out of action. Like, just put a little... And I think Nia Jax had a lot of, like, fluctuation in this whole Raw, where she looked real strong, real devastating, and then she looked real me.
It's only like she could only do that for a little bit and then has to go back down. Like, oh, I could be awesome. And then it's only like a very short fuse that she could do it. Like, it's obviously she could do it. We see sparks of it. I just wish it was like there the whole time.
Shayna Baszler came in and they just started brawling in the ring. I thought it was really cool. And then on to the match, which was not really a match, it was another segment.
It was completely pointless. The whole point of this match was to have a count out. And quite honestly, they could have legit just not done that match and just added more time to the brawl at the beginning. Because I feel the brawl at the beginning was way stronger than that stupid count out match that they had. Like, seriously, I see what they were doing, but they didn't need that. Like I said, just add more time to the brawl at the beginning because that was hot, that was fresh. They both looked way more strong there than during the count out. And also, didn't the exact same thing happen to Nia too whenever she got counted out with Asuka too? I'm like, what's she gonna be, the queen of countouts? Like, what are we doing?
Especially when the other women's match will be count out too. This was kind of pointless.
Exactly. Seriously, they should have just stuck to the big brawl at the beginning because that was where both of them, I'm like, okay, this is some awesome, strong women going at it, go for it, yes. And then just having them to do it again, because that's basically what they did, kind of like go, like you said, the peaks and valleys. Like Nia peaked at that and she had nothing, I guess, to give during the whole match thing. So I don't know, maybe working with Shayna will help her bring out that intensity, because Shayna is definitely really intense and Shayna can legit kick anybody's ass in the locker room if she really wanted to. But I hope she brings that out of her, or maybe like talks with her or works with her more. So hopefully this will work out best for both of them.
What'd you think of the fact that Nia did not sell for Shayna?
I know, like, because Shayna can legit just like be pissed, catch her in a bad day, and she'll legit like take you down if she really wanted to. Was that like on purpose? Like,
I hope so.
Tell her, hey, don't sell, because damn. Because sometimes when you're in a match and somebody doesn't sell for you, you hit them harder. You hit them, give them a receipt because you're like, are you gonna sell? Or if you're not gonna sell, I'm gonna make you sell. I mean, obviously that's probably not the case in WWE because everybody's professionals. But
when Nia was not selling for Shayna, I kind of lived because I was like, oh my god, she is literally irresistible. Like, Shayna, you're not selling to Shayna?
Yeah.
It was divided into two segments, which was like really weird, and there was like another segment in between. It was weird, but like I kind of wanted to see them go full out because I like this pairing.
Yeah, me too. It's interesting. It's different. I never thought I would want to see this pairing, but here I am being interested to see what happens next and where they go from here. But I really want just more intensity from Nia that I know she has. Just bring it, girl. Come on.
Yeah. Again, when she was like not selling for Shayna, I was like, damn, this is what we wanted from Nia.
Yeah.
But then after that, she just did the bra and panties match with the official, and I was like, I thought at least she's gonna do like a leg drop onto the back of his neck or something. Like,
something.
He was, right? But then she just kind of let him go, and I was like, oh, just keep that level, Nia. Because I was feeling it for that little bit, but then she kind of like, again, let it kind of loose. So like, just keep it going, Nia. Yeah. I'm feeling it.
We see sparks of it, so come on. You can do it. We believe in you.
Now let's talk about the big stuff that happened on Raw. Oh my god. Sasha and Bayley came out, cut almost like a carbon copy promo from last week.
Yep.
Other than calling Stephanie a bully. That was the only other thing.
I'm not gonna lie. For 2.5 seconds, I'm like, is Stephanie about to wrestle Sasha or Bayley? I seriously thought that for 2.5 seconds. I'm like,
honestly, I would live for Stephanie McMahon versus one of them for SummerSlam.
Me too.
So Sasha versus Asuka. Before talking about the finish, let's talk about the match.
I actually liked their Extreme Rules match a little bit more than this match. It was still a good match.
Yeah.
But I think I like their Extreme Rules match better. I love the Sasha doing the whole Eddie, trying to do the whole Eddie finish where she's like, oh, look, she hit me with it. I totally have done that finish so many times before.
Oh, really?
So yeah, totally. It's great. I love it. It was with my sriracha too.
I also love that it's kind of a callback to Sasha's first win of the Raw Women's Championship to Dana Brooke. So I was like, I missed it.
So it was awesome. I love seeing that. And then she did the frog splash too. So I'm like, I see you. It was really good, hard hitting back and forth. Taking Bayley out of the equation was definitely something I feel like we haven't seen in a while. Because I feel like we've seen these two pairing, whether she's like in ringside or commentary or there. So taking her out of the equation was definitely interesting and kind of like almost gave a different dynamic to the whole match and a different feel for the whole match. But it was a really good match. I mean, now I find myself looking forward for the spinning back fist that Asuka does all the time. I'm like, where is it? Here it comes. Here she's gonna beat the shit out of somebody with her spinning back fist. I mean, it was there, but obviously she ducked from it. But it was a good match. I enjoyed it.
I think Sasha's one of those few people that even though she's working a body part, she makes it very interesting. Because sometimes the body part storyline can be boring when the heel doesn't do it well. And this is their second match, but it was still very fresh. And I still want to see third match because we still haven't gotten like the clean finish out of them. That's their talent that make it every single match fresh and interesting.
And I did notice that. I'm like, yay, working a body part. My favorite thing to do in a match. But it was interesting that both of them worked the same body part.
Oh, yeah.
And usually it's only the heel working on a face's body part. It's never usually the face doing that to a heel. So that was kind of a cool, different dynamic to see. And they were both working each other's legs. I don't know if you guys notice this, but every time somebody works a body part, it's always the left side, the left arm, the left leg, anything.
Is that the rule?
I'm assuming because whenever you come off the ropes, if you're hitting off the ropes, you're stepping off with your right leg or your right arm. So that way your left arm, left leg is already right there for them to do anything. There you go. Probably nobody knows what I'm talking about. But now that I did, everybody's going to notice it. I watch every single match. Everybody works the left side. I really love when people work a body part and they actually remember that I've been working that body part because it's so dumb when you're working somebody's like the whole match, boom, 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 and you go to throw them off the ropes. You just been working their leg the whole time, and now you expect them to run off the ropes, or the whole as a heel where like somebody rakes their eyes and then you go throw them off the ropes. Like you just blinded them. What are you What are you doing? Doesn't make any sense. Why would I throw you off the ropes after I raked your eyes? But this was a great psychology-wise match, and they all sold their leg appropriately. Like even when they were doing like stuff with their legs, they're like, "Oh man, it hurts," because you just been working my leg the whole time. So that was really good psychology-wise of the match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it also affected the finish because Asuka couldn't really run fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so good. Okay, so the finish. What do you think? I know that people are really divided about this finish, so let's see if we get divided too.
I did not expect that finish at all. And I don't think I liked it.
Ooh, okay.
What now? You have all these other women and you have all the titles concentrated on two women. I get it. These two women are probably the best and hardest working women on the roster right now. I mean, they're money by far. Just start printing money with Bayley and Sasha's face on it because they are money. But I kind of feel like, what about all the other women, you know? Yeah. That's kind of what I'm feeling. They're so good. They legit don't need any titles.
You're right.
Like, I kind of wish they would have taken the tag titles off of them the last time that they wrestled for it. Like, that's a testament to how good they are, is that they don't need all of the titles. Sure, give them the tag titles or just give Bayley the SmackDown title because who else are you going to put it on at this point? But they're just so good, they don't need the titles. I feel that the titles helps elevate people who to the next level and really raise somebody up. Give Bianca the Raw title, give Naomi the SmackDown title. I don't know. Like that's
I know what you mean. Yeah, I definitely agree in like the equality part. There are a lot of people who could use the storyline using title. I loved it. Other than the whole, like, the fact that it's all concentrated in Bayley and Sasha, I thought this was so unexpected because we all had, like, expectations going into this. Like, oh, yeah, obviously they're going to, like, turn on each other. They're going to have a SummerSlam match. But this was just so unexpected. And I also thought it was written well. I don't think it was just for the shock factor, but I really loved how they written off Kairi Sane, where it's almost like a superhero classic where like you have to decide between two things. It's almost like Dark Knight when Maggie Gyllenhaal died, right?
Yes, wow, that is a good comparison for it. That's for sure. That's how it is.
Asuka just like struggling to decide like the title or the friend, and then Kairi's like, Asuka!
That was so heartbreaking. The Kairi was just like, Asuka. Like, oh.
And then Asuka went to save her, but she still couldn't save her, and Kairi's gone.
Yeah, cute post that she did on Instagram was adorable and everything. But I was wondering, I'm like, how are they gonna write off Kairi? Like, I was even wondering like who's gonna come out and attack her, what's gonna be the deal. I didn't think it was gonna be that. I actually thought maybe Nia or Shayna was gonna come out and attack her. I didn't think they're gonna go that route. So that was fresh and different because I don't think I necessarily have seen that. And it does a really good character progression for Asuka. What matters more to you, your friends or your title? So I think that kind of might even see more of a mean streak from Asuka, maybe.
Oh my god,
especially when she came out after that interview and they're like, oh, what do you, and she just like went nuts and was just like pissed and they're just emotion. So I think that's going to be a really cool, interesting story arc for her character.
That's kind of a character development we haven't seen in a while. She's legit pissed, and during the entire COVID era she was kind of like goofy, fun, dancing type of face, but now she's pissed because she lost her friend
and her title.
Exactly. She lost everything. I want to see that like Kana with with her whole face green. Like she used to do her whole makeup. I think it was a whole white face with a whole bunch of green. Like and I liked how she was kind of like experimenting with it with the whole like green and stuff. But like her whole kind of character where she went all there. And I loved how she used to wrestle barefoot too. I don't know how people wrestle barefoot. That's awesome and crazy. That's a whole nother level. But I would love to see that turn, and I really hope they go there because, like you said, we haven't really seen a character in wrestling struggle with that moral. Do I care about my friends more? Do I care about my championship more? And I think it makes it even better because we obviously know that Kairi and Asuka are legit friends. It's not even like just a storyline work. They're legit friends. So that was kind of a cool way to do it. And I think it'd be awesome to kind of see her like avenge Kairi, you know, like and just go all out on it. And now I guess that I talked it out with you, I kind of see it, but right there and then at the moment, I didn't like it. There's definitely pros and cons. When I start thinking about everyone else, like Naomi, Ruby, Bianca,
everybody else.
Everyone else is just like left there without nothing. But I think the story, like just looking at the storyline, it was written with care. I also love that, you know, Stephanie McMahon last week had this whole stipulation of someone losing would count out DQ interference because she thought it's going to be a disadvantage for Sasha. But the heels took advantage of that and used it against Asuka. And it was very smart strategy that they kind of like overcame Stephanie's trick. And so I think that was also very good writing of Baysha's heel character. We haven't seen heels like Bayley and Sasha in a while. They're in like
a while, for sure.
The bad bitches. They're like
they really are. Like, who's gonna, and it's kind of crazy because there's really no, like, when you think about it, who's gonna dethrone them? Like, nobody. The only way to dethrone them is for them to implode on themselves and face each other and turn on each other. So that'll be kind of interesting. I just really hope they do it by SummerSlam so we could have some new stuff going. I love what they're doing, but like I said, I feel like we need some. Okay, come on.
You know, as long as it's not Charlotte Flair who comes in to take their title away.
Like, no, this is not what we meant.
What a nightmare if she comes out and she defeats Baysha. I'll throw up. If that's
like
what
Seth
happened.
Rollins.
Asuka started her reign by being handed the title. This was a pretty weak reign, but I don't really care. Like, it started out pretty weak, even though it was a great moment for Becky and Asuka. So I think this is way more stronger for her to like finally have some strong motivation to go against a really strong heels. I really like that. And I honestly I prefer this more than her fighting Shayna or Nia. I think this is a stronger program.
Me too, for sure. I just really, really hope that WWE does go in that character direction with Asuka, of her avenging her friend and realizing that moral struggle of what's more important to her. I just really hope that they go there. Like you said, like that pissed off superhero that that like lost all their friends trying to be a good guy. So that'd be great to see. So I'm excited
because they're such a big heels. I just don't know when it's going to end, so that people can finally work with the title. I mean, WWE is doing some storylines for other people like Bianca Ruby. They showed up with Mark Henry
and said nothing. Legit said nothing. They're just like.
But also, like, half the rosters are out. Yeah. Because of COVID.
So there's only a certain amount of people that you could move around. So I thought that was kind of creative too on how they made Alexa and Nikki Cross wrestle. So I think that was an interesting way of like getting around not that many people being available on the roster. So that was a kind of cool dynamic. And I feel like that's why they did it. They booked themselves into a corner. Like, what are you going to do from here? You have all the titles on these two women. What now? So that's the only thing is I hope they know what they're gonna do instead of just like, oh well, let's figure it out as it goes. So I hope there's a good long-term plan for that because I don't want them to get book themselves into a corner and like not know what to do with them. Can we just give a shout out to Aja Pereira, the referee, I see her girl doing her thing on Raw. I know she was in NXT for a while. It's crazy how they're hiring like really good women wrestlers to be referees, like Kennedy Brink or Jessica Carr is a really good she was a really good wrestler. She had a great promo, and Aja Pereira was so good. I never worked with her directly, but I was on a show or two with her. So it's awesome to see like that they know how a wrestling match works, so they know how to referee a good wrestling match. But we see you, girl, doing your thing.
So we've got, I think, 3 more Raws till SummerSlam, and then the people who disappeared during the whole COVID situation are slowly coming back. Mandy's coming back this SmackDown. I hope they do build storyline outside of all these concentrated title situations.
I hope so too. Yeah, I hope so too. That'll be great. I really hope that they do that. I mean, what else are you gonna do? It's just gonna have like one big main storyline, but I really hope that's what they do. And somebody had a really good suggestion in the comments last week on having like seasons of having like the people who are in WWE right now like take a break and have everybody else who was not around because of the whole COVID thing come in, and then they do it and just kind of like do like switch out players, like so everybody can have a break and have time to spend at home with their families or their friends or whatever. So that's a good idea. But I love when people leave us comments. I will be in the comments anytime somebody comments something. I love to interact and say something, so feel free. I will be hanging out in the comments, so feel free to comment because I will probably say something.
And lastly, ahoy, Kairi, I'll be missing you.
So good. I mean, she had a great NXT run. Nobody can deny that for sure. She had a great NXT run. That was probably some of her best work. Her turning heel was so unexpected because I'm like, she's so cute. How can she ever be a heel? But there she goes, surprising us again. And I think everyone's going to be like, oh, WWE didn't use her right, or like she didn't get what she deserved in WWE. But like, what if she enjoyed her time in WWE? What if she was fine with what she had? Like, not every single person has to be pushed to the moon and be the top person to have a successful run. Yeah. I think she had a really good successful run.
I mean, she main evented pay-per-views. She was like one of the top players of the company.
For sure. She really was. And I mean, you can't say anything bad about her, Kairi. She did great. And if she wants to leave and go home and spend time with her husband, then go for it. And I think honestly, it says a lot to her to be like, you know what? I did what I came here to accomplish and I'm good with it. I'm satisfied. I'm just going to step away while you're on top, because you're only as good as your last match. And she has great matches time after time. So you don't want to see anybody go whenever they're like on the decline of their career. So she went out on top. So it was awesome that even WWE got her. Like, it's crazy. Like for a while there, we never saw this type of diversity, or even them reaching out to like Stardom and other places for talent. So it was great to see her in WWE. She did great.
Sometimes we feel lonely because from a different country. But we always help each other.
Also, me being like far away from my family and like not really being able to go because of the whole COVID situation, I feel her. She will miss her family,
for sure,
miss her country. But you know what? You never know. She might feel some tinkle again, and then she'll come back and have a match with Asuka. You know what I mean?
I hope so. I mean, never say never, especially in wrestling. Like, it's a crazy world, but. I know they were saying that they were trying to get her like even as a WWE ambassador or like some sort of like I'm pretty sure it's just so nobody else could pick her up. I don't think this is the last that we'll see of Kairi Sane in WWE for sure. Maybe it'll be in a few years. Maybe it'll be in a lot of years. I don't know, but I don't think will be the last of her. But great run, awesome wrestler, awesome character. We salute you, Kairi Sane.
Ahoy! Thank you so much for watching this week's review. Paloma, where can we find you?
You can find me at Paloma Star on Instagram and Twitter. And DS, where can we find you?
You can find me at DS Shin and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter. All right, bye.